Have you noticed that lately, no matter how healthy you eat or how much you move, your body just doesn't respond the same way? The scale creeps up slowly, your clothes fit a little tighter, and your energy doesn't last through the day. You're not imagining it, and you're certainly not doing anything wrong. Doctors have discovered a hidden phenomenon called metabolic drift. It's what happens when after 60, your body quietly shifts into energy-saving mode. Hormones like estrogen and thyroid decline, muscle mass thins, and digestion slows down. As a result, you burn about 400 fewer calories each day than you did in your 30s, even if your lifestyle hasn't changed at all. The frustrating part is that these changes happen so gradually, most people don't even notice them until the mirror or the waistband tells the truth. You're still walking, eating light, and doing your best, yet your body feels like it's playing by new rules. But here's the truth, your body isn't fighting you. It's adapting. It's protecting you with the tools it has. You just need to learn how to work with it, not against it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Today I'll show you what those 6 mistakes are and how to fix each one naturally without starving yourself or giving up the foods you love. But before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? Drop a comment below, I always read them. And if you enjoy this kind of health insight, hit subscribe, or if you don't, go ahead and tap like. Either way, let's dive in. Your body isn't betraying you, it's simply rewriting its program to keep you alive. As we age, the system that once burned energy effortlessly begins to conserve it instead. It's not a sign of weakness or failure. It's biology doing what biology does best, adapting. After 60, the hormonal orchestra that once kept everything balanced begins to quiet down. Estrogen levels fall, and with that, insulin, the hormone that manages your blood sugar, starts to rise. That tiny shift changes everything. Higher insulin means your body stores fat more easily, especially around the belly and hips, even when you eat the same foods you've always enjoyed. At the same time, something else is happening beneath the surface. Muscle, your body's main calorie-burning engine, starts to fade. After 50, we naturally lose about 1 to 2% of muscle each year, unless we actively work to maintain it. With less muscle, your body burns fewer calories even while you're resting. It's like trading in a V8 engine for a smaller one you still drive, but the power isn't the same. In digestion, it slows down too. The stomach produces less acid and enzymes, making it harder to break down food efficiently. That means sugar enters your bloodstream faster while fats linger longer. You might notice it after dinner, that heavy feeling, that sense that food just sits there, no matter how light your meal was. You probably remember a time when you could enjoy a slice of pie at Thanksgiving and not gain an ounce. Now even a small bowl of oatmeal can feel like it sticks around. Or maybe you're like Linda, a retired teacher from Ohio. She still tends her garden, cleans the house, walks her dog every afternoon, yet she feels more tired, more sluggish than ever before. The same chores that once felt easy now leave her needing to rest. That's the invisible frustration many older Americans face, doing their best, yet feeling like their bodies are working against them. But they're not. Your body isn't lazy or broken. It's protecting you by conserving fuel, because that's what evolution taught it to do when resources were scarce. The problem is, in today's world, that protective mode becomes a trap. So here's what I want you to remember. This isn't about willpower. It's not about trying harder, eating less, or feeling guilty. It's about understanding what your body needs now, not what it needed 30 years ago. That means giving it more of what supports it: real food, enough protein, gentle movement, sunlight, sleep, and hydration. When you work with your body instead of fighting it, everything begins to shift again. You'll notice better energy, smoother digestion, and a sense of control returning. Aging doesn't mean decline. It just means the rules have changed. And now that you know the science, you can start rewriting those rules, one smart, simple choice at a time. Mistake 1: skipping protein at breakfast. For many older adults, breakfast feels like the safest meal of the day. A piece of toast, a cup of coffee, maybe a small muffin, light, simple, and familiar. It feels healthy because it's not heavy. But what most people don't realize is that this light breakfast is also empty fuel. It fills your stomach for a moment, then leaves your metabolism running on fumes for the rest of the day. Here's why that matters. After 60, your body doesn't burn energy the way it used to. Every night while you sleep, your muscles quietly lose a little protein. When you wake up, your body is hungry, not just for calories, but for amino acids, the building blocks that keep your muscles strong and your metabolism alive. If you skip protein in the morning, your body has no choice but to start breaking down its own muscle tissue to get what it needs. Over time, this slow muscle loss becomes one of the biggest reasons seniors struggle with weight gain. Less muscle means fewer calories burned even when you're resting. You might eat the same breakfast you've had for years and suddenly notice the scale inching upward. It's not because you're overeating, it's because your engine isn't burning the same amount of fuel anymore. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that women over 60 who ate at least 25 grams of protein at breakfast burned around 100 extra calories a day. That's nearly 10 pounds of fat each year without changing anything else. Those numbers may sound small, but over time, they're the difference between steady weight and slow, frustrating gain. Take Diane, for example. She's 67 and retired from teaching. Every morning, she'd sit by her kitchen window with her coffee and toast reading the paper. She thought she was eating light and healthy, but by mid-morning, she felt drained, craving another cup of coffee just to stay awake. And no matter how many walks she took, her belly kept growing. When her doctor suggested she try adding more protein, Diane was skeptical. Still, she swapped her toast for a bowl of Greek yogurt with berries and a boiled egg. Within a few weeks, she noticed her energy returning. She felt stronger during her walks, her cravings disappeared, and slowly her waistline began to shrink. It wasn't a diet, it was simply giving her body the right start each morning. Protein in the morning does more than just fuel muscles. It stabilizes blood sugar curves, hunger hormones, and keeps your energy steady throughout the day. Without it, your blood sugar spikes and crashes, leaving you tired, irritable, and reaching for snacks by mid-afternoon. If you're not sure where to start, here are a few simple American-style breakfasts that deliver the right kind of protein without feeling complicated. Greek yogurt with a handful of fresh berries and one boiled egg. A protein smoothie made with almond milk, half a banana, and 1 scoop of whey or plant-based protein. Scrambled eggs with a slice of whole grain toast and half an avocado. These aren't diet meals, they're metabolism starters. They tell your body it's morning time to wake up and burn energy. Even small adjustments like adding an egg or a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese can make a measurable difference. So the next time you reach for a quick breakfast, think beyond calories. Think about what your body truly needs to stay strong and steady. Breakfast isn't about eating less, it's about turning your metabolism back on and giving your body the signal to keep burning, rebuilding, and thriving. Mistake 2. Trusting low-fat foods. If you lived through the 1980s or 1990s in America, you probably remember the low-fat revolution. Grocery aisles were filled with boxes and jars proudly labeled fat-free or low-fat. Women across the country swapped butter for margarine yogurt for fat-free cups and salad dressings for those heart-healthy light versions. We were told that fat was the enemy, that cutting it out would keep our hearts strong and our waistlines slim. But looking back, something didn't add up, did it? Because even though we followed those rules, America didn't get leaner. In fact, rates of obesity, diabetes, and fatigue skyrocketed. And today, doctors know exactly why. When food companies remove fat, they replace it with something else, usually refined carbs, artificial thickeners, and sugar. These ingredients keep the food creamy and flavorful, but they wreak havoc inside the body. Here's what really happens. Without healthy fats, your body doesn't feel full. Your blood sugar spikes, then crashes, leaving you hungry and craving sweets. Meanwhile, that extra sugar triggers a surge of insulin, the hormone that tells your body to store fat instead of burn it. For older adults, especially women after menopause, that combination is dangerous. Low estrogen already makes it easier to gain belly fat. High insulin makes it nearly impossible to lose it. Helen, a 68-year-old retiree from Michigan, knows this story well. For years, she started each morning with a cup of fat-free strawberry yogurt, thinking it was the perfect choice. She'd take her daily walk, avoid fried foods, and feel proud of her discipline. But each year, the number on the scale crept up. Her energy dropped, her cravings grew worse, and her doctor warned her that her blood sugar was creeping toward prediabetes. When Helen finally looked at the nutrition label on her yogurt, she was stunned it had more sugar than a small candy bar. She decided to try something new. Plain whole-fat Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey and a handful of berries. Within a few months, she lost 12 pounds, her energy improved, and she finally felt satisfied after breakfast. Her body wasn't fighting against her anymore. It was responding to real nourishment. That's the lesson most of us were never taught. Fat isn't the villain. The type of fat matters. Healthy fats like olive oil, avocado nuts, and seeds don't make you gain weight. They help your hormones stay balanced and your metabolism stay active. These fats slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and send your brain a signal that says, I'm full. If you want a quick fix, start with one small swap, eat fat to burn fat as long as it's the right kind. Skip the light salad dressings that hide corn syrup and preservatives, and make your own with olive oil and lemon. Choose full-fat Greek yogurt instead of the sugar-loaded fat-free cups. Add half an avocado to your sandwich instead of processed spreads. You'll be surprised how quickly your body thanks you. You'll feel more satisfied after meals, fewer cravings between them, and a steady flow of energy throughout the day. So the next time you see a package that screams low-fat, pause for a moment. Flip it over, read the label, and remember this simple truth: fat was never the enemy sugar was. Mistake 3, not getting enough protein. Overall, one of the biggest silent mistakes most older adults make isn't eating too much. It's eating too little of the one nutrient their bodies desperately need: protein. Many women over 60 barely reach 40 grams a day when they actually need 70 to 90 grams just to maintain their strength balance and independence. When your body doesn't get enough protein, it begins to look elsewhere for fuel. And that elsewhere is your own muscle tissue. Every time your body pulls from muscle instead of food, you lose a bit of the strength that keeps you steady on your feet. Over time, that loss adds up. Weaker muscles mean slower metabolism, thinner bones, slower recovery from even small injuries, and a greater risk of falls. Think of your muscles as your retirement savings. Once you spend them, it's hard to earn them back. Every bite of protein you eat is like a deposit into that savings account, protecting your future strength, stability, and confidence. Joyce, a 67-year-old grandmother from North Carolina, learned this lesson the hard way. She'd always eaten light: a piece of toast for breakfast, salad for lunch, maybe a bowl of soup for dinner. She thought she was being healthy, but over time she started feeling weaker. Her legs ached after short walks, her back felt sore when she stood too long, and her doctor warned her she was losing muscle mass faster than normal. When Joyce began adding more protein to her meals, everything changed. She started her mornings with scrambled eggs and Greek yogurt, enjoyed chicken or tuna salad for lunch, and ended her day with baked salmon and steamed vegetables. Within a few months, her energy returned. Her body felt sturdier. Even her posture improved. She didn't feel old anymore. She felt alive again. Science backs up her story. Protein does more than build muscle. It fuels nearly every system in your body. It supports the production of hormones that regulate blood sugar, keeps bones dense, and strengthens your immune system. Without it, everything from healing a small bruise to standing up from a chair becomes harder than it should be. A simple way to stay on track is to spread your protein throughout the day rather than loading it all at dinner. Your body can only absorb so much at once, so feeding it consistently keeps your metabolism steady and your muscles nourished. Here's an easy way to picture it. Breakfast: 2 eggs and a serving of Greek yogurt, about 25 grams. Lunch: chicken or tuna salad, roughly 30 grams. Dinner: grilled salmon with veggies, around 35 grams. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just begin by adding one good source of protein to each meal. If you prefer plant-based options, try beans, lentils, tofu, or even a small protein smoothie between meals. The key is consistency. You wouldn't skip your blood pressure medicine or your daily vitamins. Think of protein the same way. It's your daily medicine for strength, balance, and healthy aging. As we grow older, our bodies become more efficient at many things: wisdom, patience, perspective, but less efficient at building muscle. That means every meal matters more than ever. So take care of your muscles today because they'll take care of you tomorrow. Protein isn't just a nutrient, it's a promise one you make to your future self. Think of it as your daily prescription for staying strong, one meal at a time. Mistake 4, overeating healthy snacks. For many older Americans, the word snack used to mean a cookie, a bag of chips, or maybe a slice of pie. But over the past decade, that changed. Now we reach for something that sounds better, a handful of almonds, a few cashews, or maybe some mixed nuts. It feels like a smarter choice. After all, nuts are packed with vitamins, minerals, and heart-healthy fats. The problem is, even the healthiest snacks can quietly turn against you if you eat them the wrong way. Here's the truth, nuts are incredibly calorie-dense. Just one small handful, about 23 almonds, contains around 160 calories. That's fine if you stop there, but most people don't. We pour them into a bowl, set it next to us on the couch, and start watching TV. Without realizing it, a handful turns into 3 or 4. By the end of the movie, we've eaten the equivalent of a cheeseburger, just smaller and crunchier. This happens because nuts don't trigger fullness the way protein or fiber-rich meals do. They're easy to chew, easy to overeat, and don't make you feel full until long after you've passed your limit. Combine that with a slower metabolism, which naturally happens after 60, and it's a recipe for quiet weight gain. The body stores those extra calories as fat, especially around the belly and hips, even if everything else you're eating seems healthy. Think about a typical evening in many American homes. You settle into your favorite chair, turn on Netflix, and reach for a snack while you unwind. It feels innocent, even comforting. But over time, those little handfuls add up to hundreds of extra calories each night, slowly undoing the progress you've made with diet and exercise. The good news is, you don't have to give up nuts altogether. You just need to treat them with the respect they deserve, like powerful little energy bombs. Before you snack, measure out 1 ounce, about a quarter cup, or what fits neatly into your palm. Once that portion is gone, stop. If you still want something to nibble, pair the nuts with water-rich foods like apple slices, cucumber sticks, or a few grapes. The combination gives your body the crunch it craves without overwhelming it with calories. Here's another simple trick. Never eat straight from the bag or jar. Always portion out your serving and put the rest away before you sit down. That one small habit helps you stay mindful even while you relax. Remember, healthy doesn't mean unlimited. Nuts, seeds, and trail mixes are nourishing in the right amounts, but too much of a good thing can work against you. So the next time you reach for that handful of almonds, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if you're truly hungry or just passing time. You'll be surprised how often awareness alone can save you from those extra hidden calories. Your body will thank you, and so will your waistline. Mistake 5. Replacing water with juice. For generations, Americans have grown up believing that a glass of juice in the morning was a symbol of health. Orange juice with breakfast, apple juice with lunch. It felt like the natural, wholesome way to start the day. But what most people don't realize is that the same glass of good health can quietly do more harm than good, especially after 60. When fruit is squeezed into juice, it loses its most important part, the fiber. Fiber is what slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. Without it, that same healthy-looking drink becomes a fast track for sugar to flood your system. Just one 8-ounce glass of apple juice contains around 24 grams of sugar. That's 6 teaspoons, about the same as a can of soda. It may come from fruit, but to your body, sugar is sugar. Here's what happens next. Your blood sugar spikes, forcing your pancreas to release insulin. Insulin's job is to move that sugar into your cells, but when there's too much, your body starts storing it as fat, especially around the belly. Over time, these daily sugar surges can lead to insulin resistance, prediabetes, and stubborn midsection weight that no diet seems to fix. Margaret, a 65-year-old retiree from Florida, learned this lesson firsthand. She prided herself on eating clean oatmeal for breakfast, salads for lunch, and no soda in years. But every morning she poured herself a tall glass of orange juice, thinking it was part of a healthy routine. Despite her walks and good habits, her energy kept dropping and her waistline kept expanding. Her doctor finally showed her how much sugar was in that healthy drink. When Margaret replaced her morning juice with water and switched to eating whole fruit instead, everything began to change. Within 6 months, she lost 12 pounds, her blood sugar returned to normal, and she said she finally felt light again. The orange juice hadn't been evil, it was just more sugar than her aging body could handle. If you want to protect your energy and your health, the solution is simple and completely free. Drink more water. Start your day with 16 to 20 ounces before breakfast to wake up your digestion and keep your joints moving smoothly. If plain water feels dull, add a few slices of lemon cucumber or fresh mint for flavor. And when you crave something sweet, grab an orange, an apple, or a pear. Instead, they give you natural sugar plus the fiber your body needs to process it safely. Staying hydrated isn't about drinking fancy juices or vitamin waters. It's about giving your body what it's truly asking for: pure, clean hydration that keeps your metabolism active and your cells refreshed. So the next time you reach for that bright carton of juice, pause for a moment and remember, your body doesn't need juice, it needs hydration. Mistake 6. Sitting for too long. After retirement, life finally slows down, and for many people, maybe a little too much. You read the morning paper, watch a few shows, scroll through your tablet, and before you know it, hours have passed. It feels peaceful, even deserved after decades of hard work. But the truth is, those long hours of sitting can quietly chip away at your health in ways you'd never expect. When you sit for more than 2 hours at a time, your leg muscles, the largest calorie-burning group in your body, practically shut down. The enzymes that burn fat switch off your calorie burn, drops by nearly 30%, and your insulin levels start to rise. That combination means more sugar floating in your bloodstream, more fat stored around your belly, and less oxygen circulating through your body. Over time, even light meals can start to feel like they add up faster than they should. Linda, a 70-year-old grandmother from Oregon, didn't think of herself as sedentary. She took short walks a few times a week and did crossword puzzles daily. But she often sat for hours between those moments of movement. Her back began to ache, her legs felt stiff, and her waistline grew. After learning how dangerous long sitting could be, she made one simple change. She set a timer to stand up every 30 minutes. For just 2 minutes, she'd stretch, walk to the kitchen, or water her plants. Within weeks, her energy increased, her back pain eased, and her belly began to shrink. You don't need fancy gym equipment or intense workouts to fight the effects of sitting. Just break up your sitting time. Set a reminder on your phone or smartwatch. Stand up, stretch your arms, refill your water, or take a slow lap around the room. These little bursts of movement wake up your muscles and remind your metabolism to keep burning. Think of your body like a stream. When water stops flowing, it stagnates. Movement keeps it alive, fresh, and full of energy. So even if you love your quiet mornings or evening shows, make it a habit to rise, move, and breathe. Remember, this simple truth: motion is lotion. Every step keeps your metabolism alive. So now you know the 6 silent mistakes: skipping protein at breakfast, trusting low-fat foods, eating too little protein overall, over-snacking on healthy nuts, replacing water with juice, and sitting too long. Each one may seem small, but together they create a powerful slowdown that affects how your body burns energy every single day. These are small daily choices with big consequences. But here's the truth: your body isn't fighting against you. It's waiting for you to help it. The moment you give it what it truly needs, it responds. You can rebuild your metabolism at any age, and it doesn't take perfection, just consistency. Eat real, unprocessed foods. Drink clean water. Move every hour, even if it's just for 2 minutes. And most importantly, treat your body with kindness, not frustration. You've carried it through decades of life now. It's your turn to care for it with understanding. If this video helped you, tap like, share it with a friend, and tell me in the comments which habit will you start fixing today. Remember, your body is wiser than you think. Give it what it needs, and it will thank you with strength, balance, and the freedom to live fully.